Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Lauren and Josh about season 2 of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, premiering on Disney Plus September 28th. Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, Popternative.
Absolutely. Josh, I can't wait for people to meet Colin Cole. I love this character so much. One thing about this character, I mean, you know, he's a professional, he's a former National Hockey League player. He's a former pro athlete, if you kind of break it down like more general. So I find the paths when people kind of hang up the skates very interesting because a lot of them stay in sports and a lot of them don't. Obviously, your character stays in sports, you know, has his own summer hockey institute. What's that like navigating in the world of playing like a former pro athlete specifically?
It's a little bit daunting. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty intimidated having to get back on the ice after, I'm going to say 30 plus years of not played. And so it took me a minute to get back into the groove of actually skating, and then not only skating, but having to look like I played professionally, which if you see me skate, you would know. But it was a challenge that I'd love because it truly made me fall back in love with the game again. And I had, you know, in between takes, I'd be out there on the ice, just practicing skating, playing with the puck, playing with the kids. Me and Brady Noon would be out there just, you know, having little competitions on the ice. And it was just a really fun job. This wasn't a job. It was great. And I had just the best time.
It was literally summer camp, if you can make an argument.
It really was.
Lauren, I find it interesting. You could speak in regards to season 1 as well. Does it feel like you're working on 2 shows sometimes with the Mighty Ducks Game Changers? In one regard, it's about hockey and sports. In the other regard, it's not about it at all. It's about these kids growing up, these friendships. Have you thought about that at all?
Not that in that articulate a way, but it does actually feel like that sometimes because the experience, I guess, as an actor, my work has been very language heavy and more behavior, emotion, and not too much stunt and like sort of, you know, practical sport work. And it is a very different animal to film that stuff. I have never gone woo so much in my whole career. And so it's just different, you know, those things are different. And you know, sometimes I'm watching the real kids, sometimes I'm watching a double, sometimes I'm looking at like a guy holding a piece of tape, you know. So those are just different skills or different muscles that you use. But I love that our show brings, you know, this very kind of tough sport parallel to what does it mean to be a good person, a good team player. I think that's a really cool marriage.
And I love all the conversations that Alex has with a lot of different members of the Ducks. So I love like their scenes of Nick, like played by Maxwell. I love that this season. Josh, I want to ask, because I also asked Naveen this as well. I feel like you're in a unique situation as an actor because for one, you're joining season 2 of a show that was established, but you're also joining it where the characters from season 1 are in a completely different setting as well. Like, did you see that as a unique opportunity as well?
Yeah, it eased the uncomfortable nature of stepping into a situation that had already been established. You know, so in one way, I was stepping into their world, but they were also kind of stepping into mine. So I had a chance to, you know, really sort of own this character and this institute that he runs. So it gave me a chance to you know, not so much try to fill Emilio's shoes because I could never do that. But at the same time, I got to make my own niche within the you know, the storied history of the show and the movies.
Oh, absolutely.
I think one of the fun things about the structure of the show is it's like a movie. It's a sports movie. So we're not going back to the same place with necessarily all the same people. We're going someplace new. And, you know, one of our producers told me that he had an idea to take us to Hawaii if we have another season, which I think is a fantastic idea. They don't have hockey
Absolutely.
in Hawaii, but now they do if the Ducks come to town. So it's just fun, usually on shows, you're like, there's my old bedroom set. And this is kind of a new, it's fun to go someplace different.
I just can't wait for people to see the icebreaker, because I was rooting, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time watching that scene.
That's awesome.
No, that's so awesome. Premiering September 28th on Disney Plus, season 2 of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Josh, Lauren, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Petey.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.